There are several varieties of bokchoy, but there are three types that you could find in your grocery store. This is one of them, the popular Shanghai bokchoy. The other two are the short stem bokchoy with a dark green leaf, and the large bokchoy that is almost the size of a napa cabbage with thick white stems. Alright, so this is the medium sized bokchoy, and I'm going to show you two ways to prepare this meal. We're going to do one with garlic and the other one with an oyster sauce. And there's many ways to do this. Instead of using salt, you could also use a crushed dried shrimp. That'll add a beautiful umami flavor to this vegetable, also known as leafy greens. And I'm going to show you how to choose bok choy when you're buying it at the store, and most importantly, how to clean this vegetable. Because of the leaves like this and growing in the soil, it tends to hold a lot of sand between the leaves. So, welcome to this edition of Majid's Kitchen. So the two ways in which I will be showing you how to prepare this vegetable is a way that we can do it at home by removing the individual leaves like this, and the other way by cutting them in half and maybe quarters depending on the size, and how to clean each of them. You can do it this way, or you could hold it at the end, which I think is easier, and that's all separate them. From here, we'll put them in this water. We'll get the leaves in there. Now, you can leave these leaves to soak for 20 to 30 minutes. And we're not using cold water. We're using room temperature to slightly warm water. And this is because when you put this bok choy in cold water, it will tend to tighten, holding or trapping all the sand within it. So using slightly warm water will help it, especially if you're keeping them together. If you're preparing it restaurant style, maybe in the quarter, keeping them together, you'll need to use warm water. Soak them and then rinse them. Focus in your bok choy. Make sure the stems are beautiful jade color without any black spots, and that the leaves are a nice green color. Sometimes, or in most cases, older bok choy will have a yellow kind of tint on the leaves, and some of them towards the stem may tend to get black or have small black spots. As you can see, the quality now is beginning to change. Cut this bok choy into quarters, because if they're too big, it won't look very good on the plate, and that will go into the water to soak as well. We'll be right back for the next step. Okay, it's been 20 minutes. If you're pressed for time, you can just rinse it a couple of times under running water to make sure there's no sand on these leaves. So these are the stems that have been peeled. So now we're just going to lift it up out of the water, place it in a colander, it's not so bad, but there's a lot of fine dust particles that you'll find on the leaves. So now we're just going to rinse these. So we're using lukewarm water. Clean out your bowl and we'll just rinse them. Make sure there's no sand on any. I'm going to be using a salad spinner. You can also just use a towel, kitchen towel, to make sure you get all the excess water if we're going to be stir frying the pot. Same thing. Only these you have to be a little bit more careful and make sure there's no sand in between there. So let's get those leaves in there. The next part is to trim them. Now this is a big leaf that I thought would be a good example. And you can see that this leaf got some discoloration there, not a very good part of the leaf. So in this case, what you do is you're going to trim this hard part where the stem was attached. Oh, I just snapped it there. Oops. That's okay. So you take that part off. So when you come to this part, you could just roll it and kind of give it a trim. Right? That's not good. And then when the stems are this big, some people, if they're not blanching it, then you would have to separate the stems and the leaf. So put the leaf there, and then so it's trimming. Right? Now that's quite tender part of the leaf. That's fine. That one is broken, so we'll just trim it there. Goes in there. Here's another leaf here. So we don't want to waste too much of the leaf. So you can just take the tip off and you can cut it there. And you have the stems off. Okay. The bokchoy that we have attached, what we'll do in this case is we'll hold the bokchoy there and we'll take the stem off here. Okay, so stem off there. That loose edges over there comes out, and then in the restaurant we would actually trim them. It would go on the plate, kind of folded in or tucked in a little bit neat. In this case, we will use the leaves. We won't waste anything. So that's how the restaurant works. For the bokchoy that we have intact on the stem, we need to blanch it. So place it in some simmering water. For a minute or two. Yeah, a bowl or an ice bath. In about a minute, and we check for tenderness. We don't want it mushy, still a bit firm, and that goes right into the ice bath. Important not to leave them sitting in the water for too long. So just pull it down and take it out as soon as possible, without it leaching or losing flavor or color by standing. soon as you take your bokchoy out, take off the excess water and place it on a clean towel and give them a bit of a pat fry. So now that our vegetables, bokchoy, has been prepped, let's go through the ingredients. For the restaurant style version, I'll be using some garlic, salt for seasoning, and chili. Now this is optional. Usually the chili may not be used. It's more of a home style version whereby you have the leaves and the stems separately. We'll be using some oyster sauce, and in both preparations we may use a little bit of chicken stock and a little bit of cornstarch or a slurry mixed with water to have a nice silky sauce on the top. So let's begin with our bokchoy or garlic sauteed bokchoy. Place your burner on medium heat and add in a little bit of oil. Now you can mix your oil and have a little bit of sesame oil in there for flavor. So I will put just a little in that pan. With the output or the power of the stoves we use at home, it takes a little bit longer to saute, but you can almost achieve similar results. You just need to be patient and don't try to rush it, because a lot of the videos we see are sometimes things done in restaurants that are done really quick. Let's begin by adding some garlic to the pan. You don't want your pan too hot in the beginning, otherwise the garlic will burn real quickly. Add in the bokchoy. Okay, bokchoy here. Give it a nice saute. We can use a little bit of chicken stock or vegetable stock. Let that cook. With the bokchoy, you want to season it at the very last minute. Otherwise, putting salt will draw out the water in the vegetable. So you're looking for a little bit of color. Just like that. The vegetables are tender, but not mushy. Absolutely beautiful. Let's put that aside and work on the other version. Season. Put the oil in the pan. Garlic. Stems. Stems go in first. for this. I'm going to add in a little bit of chicken stock, some chicken stock, put a lid on it, and this will help soften the vegetable. Nice and tender. Oyster sauce. I'm going in at about 2 teaspoons. No salt on this one. Just one more. There was a little cornstarch with water. That's it. It's done. Some sesame seeds. Get a closer look. A simple but beautiful dish. So here's our bokchoy and oysters. Here's a complete meal with the sauteed bokchoy, homemade pickled ginger, some crisp salmon skin, and a piece of sauteed salmon. A little bit more, you can see what the rice cake is. There's a recipe on the playlist for the rice cake and the salmon. I hope you like it, and if you do, hit like, subscribe, and the bell icon for more videos like this. Thanks for watching.